page. It definitely does feel like mood is going to play a huge factor in the results for Navi, and they've got that in spades right now. But G2 starting off with smiles as well, so let's see where this map takes us.
Yeah, of course. I like this matchup, though. It's kind of like the talent-studded rosters that are looking to cause upsets versus the structures of the S-tier teams. These are the challengers. And Perfecto challenged, but gets that last bullet headshot. And Simple finds one through smoke, so a clean execute of 4 players now. Electronic finds confirmation on niko, and boomich finishes this. Navi don't lose a single soul.
Yeah, looking every bit as good. I mean, on the desk, they even called boomich like maybe the most impactful player for Navi on this tournament, just because like the opening duel percentage and how many kills he's gotten for, you know, his very, very sacrificial role. It is actually kind of insane how many risks he took just for space and end up getting frags as well. But we've also got Perfecto here playing like a top 10 rifler today over on the B side when that was normally a problem. And now on Mirage looking just as strong.
2 players through Palace, 2 over on ramp. Bombs still left by T-spawn. So with these 5 Glocks, I don't think we can expect too much. But maybe somebody falls. Maybe the confidence from the first map and this pistol win kind of boils over the tipping point and Navi lose a player or 2. We'll see. No reason to really expect that to happen. With Electronic taking this position behind top boxes, if they head mid, they're dead. But if they head B, there's a little bit of a chance that they could just kind of burst and pop their way to maybe a bomb plant. We'll see.
It's got to get through Flame Dogger, as Machine would say. Will they? Will they get ripped to shreds? Rotate's kind of far away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Is Perfecto in the window or in...
I think he's on the edge of catwalk. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see it. Flamey's going to be challenged. He gets dinked up. 12 shots left. Good second. And looking for a little bit more. Perfecto comes in with that quick cap rotate, and it's all good.
Nice.
Nobody falls, but Flamey definitely tested.
So the idea, of course, is Flamey sitting in the MP pillar is he doesn't have to peek until someone chooses cross, because there's no way for them to get to him without showing themselves to Cat. So that's where Perfecto comes in. Communication is nice, and everything is solid for Navi. No plant, no kills.
5 players at 0-0-2 for G2.
Yeah, and that means something. Yeah, especially on the second round. Pistol round kills or whatever, second round kills matter a lot. Everyone's slowly building up that economy. See what happens. Potential mid push coming in. Looks like setting up for a late flash here, but no one to throw it. So maybe as the smoke fades, Simple will take a duel.
He heard him, I think.
Player walk. Oh, did he actually?
Next, it did make a footstep. Yep.
Oh, that's so awkward.
AK gets the better of it, and look at this. Fast play into the B bomb site. Perfecto's MP9 is good for 1. Hunter's head's been spotted. There's more players right there behind him. 3 Ts, in fact. Perfecto's got himself a second kill, but now it's on Electronic. A 2 versus 2. And that bomb carrier starts to just peel away from the B site, heading over towards Nexa, who's about to get held in by boomich, and boomich winning the duel, swapping over to the AK and leaving niko to try and clutch.
Love those mid-round moments coming back out of B, involving underpass and the 2v2. Could have been an interesting play. Of course, boomich goes down, round is opened up completely. Even the thought of going back to B and crunching was there, so very key position in that moment. And now niko alone in the 1v2, he's going to be about equally as comfortable. It's not really that fun to try to find out where your opponents are going to be, but ultimately there's a high probability you get them 1-to-1 to sites. Now it is boomich actually over on the A ramp, or sorry, under Balk, and Electronic a long ways away. Oh, he could get cleared, and yeah, actually gets taken down straight up. Boomich is dead, and it's an instant plant, and it doesn't look like Electronic will spot this cross as well. This is... The odds just swing so heavily now in favor of niko.
Yep, basically 50-50, but niko does have that 5% edge. We'll see. He hears the footsteps. Electronic's got his back turned to niko, and that could be an easy execute. Headshot for niko in the 1v2. 3 kills for him at a first round for G2.
Yeah, like with the bomb down, and he didn't even see him cross. Like, niko would have to completely throw that one away. Now, boomich could have picked a spot where, like, he's more guaranteed to get a kill. Like, if niko had come up a ramp or something, but I don't think they knew exactly where niko's approach would be from. So every spot is kind of flawed. Could have gone close to a ramp if he wanted to, but everything was kind of a risk. Either way, a nice shot by niko and a really, really great 1v2. Another bailout from him.
Yeah. Ooh, good dink for Na'Vi. But the damage goes both directions. Simple A1S up close. Smoke goes beyond. Molotov just beside him, and he's just gonna go ahead and crouch inside of this smoke grenade, playing between the utility. Another smoke goes over. Tons of players starting to push up catwalk. This could be the lineup from Simple, but he only shaves off one, almost getting the second. Instead, it's Perfecto with a kill, and niko succeeding inside of the apartments as there's another trade inside the site, pushing boomich to the 1 versus 2. Both these T's definitely known to him, and if he makes this jump to catwalk, then he still has strong timing.
Yeah, he showed
does.
himself too. Oh, he's in such a good spot to get 1 kill.
Yep, easy pickup. And he's got the health advantage. Let's see if niko can do it. He'd need a back-to-back clutch and a back-to-back 3K.
Honestly, underpass, not that bad. Like, in this position, it cancels out one of the strongest positions, but niko could actually push through. Yeah, he's going to go A, isn't he?
Oh, but boomich aware of the situation.
Oh, what the hell? Yeah, boomich walking back this way. Where is he going to end up is the question. He hasn't heard a plant yet, so of course he is nervous about A now. Things are just opened up. It's become a complete gamble as to where niko could go or would want to go, but he knows that boomich now is going to be aware of this. So if boomich had completed the big flank, of course, there would be a chance. But this is actually not, I would give boomich edge, of course, knowing that niko's half HP, and now he's walking over to the correct side. Man, he is playing so smart.
Oh, he called him out. Boiled it down and hit the shot. Boomich, not going to lose another one of those.
Wow, he actually outbrained him so hard. I mean, niko didn't hear him go underpass. Boomich just decided to change his plan completely.
Layers on that one. And he decided to change his plan as niko decides to push through the marketplace. We get that moment of kind of stutter stepping on each team.
The trades this round were absolutely ridiculous too. Like, you couldn't boil that one down to analysis because of how fast and wicked all of the trades were coming into the B side. Like, anybody could have multi-fragged in each of those spots, but it's just insane headshots. But ultimately, such a cerebral play by boomich.
Yeah, it's a slick route of Counter-Strike. And unfortunately for G2, they're down onto the pistols. 2 Desert Eagles, 3 Glocks, no utility whatsoever. This could very well be Navi's 4th round win. Three players about to peek out top mid. They could have like a decent 5-man pinch in middle.
Watch his underpass.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
We've also got Flamey close on catwalk, but a little run boost. And niko, good D kill. Electronic's gonna get peeked from behind. Flamey does get into the mix, and sure enough, that's what they needed. 3 players in middle, 2 of them die for Na'Vi, and it's Flamey who makes the difference.
Yeah, true. Damn. I mean, I feel like the individual level right now on the server is like unreal. At least for all of Na'Vi and niko. And then the others not quite as hard, but like, holy, how are you supposed to keep up with this kind of Na'Vi at the moment? They're showing that it wasn't like a map-specific thing with Train. They're looking just as confident. We're going to have something maybe fast towards connector. Smoke comes down for Cat, and they're throwing some mollies down. Just some standard stuff here as there's a bit of CT aggression. Now, of course, when you're holding in the default, sometimes you got to pick between Palace or A-Ramp or dedicate a lot of resources to both. But right now in the CTs, they pick the right gamble. They have Palace control. They're in a good spot to defend against A. Even though the rotations are not quite here yet.
Still, they could just quickly burst into this bomb site.
I think if he stays default, yeah, this is a really strong spot.
Well, let's see if he delivers. Oh, a little bit labored, gets there. Nexa takes to the stairs. Electronic dives back. Good second kill. Amanek kind of stuck out in the open. niko's trying to join him with a crisp headshot. Amanek gets back into it. And we've got G2 with a man advantage, but a player caught here jumping mid. boomich trying to combine with Flamey as that bomb carrier's been thrown to the dirt, and Flamey lays down the hurt. Amanek, he got off of the site only to lose his head. So let's see it. Maybe the 3rd time's the charm. He won the first 1vx. He lost the next. And now he has another chance. niko, 40 seconds. Trying not to walk into a crossfire, and it's nowhere near him because not only do we have a player committed to Palace entirely, but that mid-man just went all the way back towards T-spawn.
This is not cut and dry for niko or the players in the 2v1 because boomich in the position knows that niko's not going to plant for him and might have limited success at stopping it. But if Flamey goes too far away to the other site, well, what can boomich do in that time? Can he even get information without taking a risk? So niko, he's going to have to plant on A and can't find this extra player. Yeah, time is in favor of them, and he's looking to bait this out, but almost has
perfect.
a chance to put this down, but now it's over.
Yeah. Or, yeah, it is. Of course, even because flamey's so far removed, there was no way niko's ever going to get both those kills. But there was a chance. niko gets that insta headshot on boomich.
flamey just doesn't peek.
No, but the Palace player.
Yeah,
if he gets that insta headshot instead of 50 damage, there's still 4 seconds to plant.
Oh, if he plants, yeah. Yeah, but he took too long. He would have had to like go animation and like put the bomb down. Is like really, really risky. But to have waited that long to go for the first plant, knowing boomich was still up there, just probably assumed he left or something. I don't know.
Not where G2 want to be, back on pistols. Maybe they can just burst through this smoke. We've seen a bit of a challenge on the B site. Perfecto looking to lock it down. We've got a player slipping outwards. kennyS with a good Tech 9 kill, but Perfecto, he is looking sharp tonight. Those B holds on train were great, and now he's got 3 kills to his name in the 7th round. Electronic comes over to lend a helping hand. niko's got just the deagle, and Navi, well, they've got 6 rounds on the scoreboard to G2's measly 1.
Damn. Just a sick hold overall. They're waiting to be tested. Really. It's one of those games that's like still fun to watch, even though it's like such a landslide, just because of how, like, of course, when, you know, Navi are playing well, it's like really exciting, but not so fun if you're cheering for G2 here, looking for them to wake up. This isn't a map that should ever be this one-sided. With niko on the team, of course. Still CT side to look forward to, and this half's not over yet, but there are just no weak points at the moment.
boomich, so confident.
He's winning everything, man.
And that's niko. The one guy who's kind of, you know, been in these clutch situations, who's been able to kind of compete with this individual level of Navi's players, but it's all of Navi reaching this peak simultaneously.
It actually feels like niko sports at the moment.
He is 7-7. kennyS with 4 kills. Nexa, Hunter, and Amanek 4 kills combined. Not ideal, and not nearly good enough. Minute left to play. G2 looking like they want to take a bit of mid control, but what will Navi offer over? If anything at all.
Oh, right now, flamey, he's the most liable to potentially die. But he's been pretty on point, too. Player jumped up on the right. Oh, he catches him before he lands. He's looking for 2 more frags. He almost splits his attention perfectly, but he spotted them. That's the important part. Eyes focus forward from Simple. He spots one cross left side connector. One gets into the window, but they just don't have enough players to cause a distraction. Everyone can stay coupled up, and Simple can focus down. Well, some time means they can potentially get through CT spawn. This is something.
Yeah, it's going to again come down to the wire.
Timer's already going off.
Yeah, and he takes Nexa out of this one. Knows what Kenny's up to. 5 seconds to spare, and kennyS, despair, walks into the scope of Simple. A 7th round for Navi. They are now leading by 6, 5 in a row, and there has not even been a bomb plant from G2 in the meantime.
Pretty much would have been a success if flamey gets 1 kill, but then the second one on Hunter as he goes down. Not only that, but we have to count information too, man. Like, this needs to be a thing that starts to get talked about more, where if he sees the last 2 people in that position, that is insane for the ability to retake, or sorry, to rotate or push something on the CT side, right? Forget the player advantage. It's all about the information. And right there, he saw 4 players and took 2 out. So that's the round over and done with.
We're beyond the halfway point of this T side from G2.
Listen, tactically, what can you say? They'd be happy to take these fights. They're early on in the round, in the default. They're not getting starved out, like getting to post plants even. They're just not even winning these individual duels in the default.
Back to the upgraded pistols. Looking to maybe keep things simple with an A hit. Putting out the fire. Amanek will have a bit of a gap with the Tech 9 in hand. Simple behind the triple stack. Finds Kenny first and foremost. Then flicks down into Nexa. A no-scope, of course. And he's still looking for more. A 4th kill nearly hit. niko still going. And he finds the headshot into Electronic. Simple hunting for his 4th kill in the round. G2 tried to crank the dial. speed up with a bit of tenacity on that A site, but it just faltered. A deagle attempt here from niko, not quite good enough. Perfecto comes in with a kill, and Navi keep themselves on fire.
Yikes, all too easy. Just some high-octane gameplay from Simple and Co. A couple of great shots here being hit by him. Focused on, and basically every shot that he took looked like it went in, and it definitely was the first three.
No scope off the ladder. No scope now on triple. Two no scope shots with the scout inside of A site on train. He knows he can right click, right?
Yeah. Guess I'll leave that to the plebs.
More spread out round from G2, back in with their buy. Maybe it's KennyS to solve this problem in middle. But if Navi don't give him anything to shoot at, it's going to be a stalemate in the 5v5.
Simple eyes on Palace again. It's like the right round. All the reads are so good from Navi. They yeah, take control of this. And let's say that connector gets hit, then Simple can start to walk into Palace, see no one's here. Boomich plays that position again on default where Electronic was last time. They just have a really, really strong spots on the A site. It looks like the attack is coming. And Flamey, once again, will kind of be first contact if he doesn't get smoked out, but he should. Oh, he's out. 5v4.
Electronic's tucked. Og betrays him, but Boomich, he's able to find those kills. Back to the 3v3. He's got a player still inside of Palace. In fact, that's all that's left, but he may, yeah. I was gonna say, they don't have confirmation, but they've got wind of what's going on. Bomb's gonna eject over to the B site. Looks like G2 have taken a second round. Assuming Simple doesn't pull off some magic, but niko's just gonna keep him locked in this position.
You think he would know? No.
And he's gotta walk away.
Yeah. Just two goats on a standoff. He's gonna get heard and hunted. You can afford to part ways with the scope if you'd like to. Okay. I mean, not even a wallbang, by the way.
You mean part ways with the scope, like just take it off the gun and only no scope?
True, true, yeah. Part ways with the right click.
Second round from G2.
Just heavyweights.
This one worked out with Electronic not getting a multi-kill inside of jungle. They can test the A site.
No.
Looked like for a moment maybe Boomich went big.
Yeah, definitely. That was like the one time Electronic has really missed so far, where it just didn't hit the instant first bullet headshot spray. And Boomich does really, really well. But yeah, I guess this default position was just a big tell for G2. They were so focused on Palace and they didn't see anyone close A ramp on the setup. So maybe they wanted to get them into this position in the first place. But yeah, 2 to 8 and still the problem stack high.
But a T side from G2 that still has a little life in it. Navi will finish with a lead no matter what. But by what margin? Boomich exploring the ramp, sees nothing. Frag goes deep, and they're going to try to burst out from Palace. This could catch Navi off guard. Nobody's actually watching it at the moment. Boomich gets tagged up, and then sure enough, Aminex swings out wide. With the wall of smokes just fading, this is perfect from G2. They've got deep CT control. They've got 3 bodies inside of the bomb site. Tons of utility for the retake here from Navi. But Aminex already real deep.
And they didn't spot him, did they?
I don't think so. Not with the speed of which they played. He lines up 2 players. Somehow, Electronic snaps over for that frag. And with a single point of health, it could very well make the difference. Let's see. KennyS back by ramp with Op. Nexa by the firebox. And the first shot from the sniper hits its mark. There is no Molotov to burn this player out of position, but the smoke could deny the cross. Whoa, Simple jumps up, and it's not planted for him. Simple's gonna try to stick this the distance. It comes so close, but Navi don't have it.
0.13. Oof, that comes hella close. And with the bomb planted default, man, that was very, very sketchy. Aminex could have been in the position to play the post plant the best. This is so nuts.
1 health.
Because I think that couldn't have been played better. It kind of like felt like he let go of his mouse click, and then the second player showed up, and then he went for the spray. It was like, it was absolutely perfect from Aminex, and still Electronic finds that trade. So maybe the round shouldn't have been that close in the first place. I think maybe you just want to be thankful for the damage.
0.13 seconds. Close call. But G2, they're going to take that with open arms.
Yeah, there's another team that does this as well. I'm not a big fan of it. They did it and it worked, but having one player in those setups play A ramp by himself, I've always found that is really, really dangerous to do. We had blamef who just got shot from Palace and A ramp, and it was a really good attack from G2. I mean, they were planning to basically come through the smoke, hope the A site was open. They saw nothing with Palace. They specifically, I think, were assuming that it was either going to be A ramp or Palace being pushed. So maybe they're waiting for that moment, but yeah, blamef there by himself. He hit by an op on A ramp and then pushed out by Palace right after that. Simple dies and blamef is down here. He took a fast step and it looked like they almost got him killed. I mean, now he's got Nexa down with a bomb at A ramp and he can push behind it as well.
Ooh, but electronic. He's let a player slip out from Palace, and while he does kill niko in the Palace itself because of that mid compromise, Perfecto lets Amanek kind of get into the equation. And the math works for G2. They've got a one-man advantage. Go get that bomb, no problem. The B rotator makes a bunch of noise. Maybe that baits Amanek into a peek, but he has no reason to even move.
Bomb has been planted.
Another one where I feel like G2 props to walk away with a round win, by the looks of it. But one kill makes the absolute difference. A matter of timing with electronic holding Palace. That first player who slips back in Hunter to clear ramp. That's everything. Navi put the smoke down mid-site, try to get beyond Kenny S. There is Hunter still towards Tetris stack.
Smokes missed, so they're just gone.
Yeah,
They'll die on the way
maybe that
out.
B-bomb.
Yeah, Perfecto here at the Ogden CT spawn, and he'll just be able to save. No problem for him. Yeah, that's yeah, very, very weird round. I think, you know, blamef had the ability to just push through, all the way through, but he decided to come back up the ramp and died that way. If he pushed all the way through, he could have just been fine, like literally wrapping Palace or watching someone come down the ramp to try to retake, but he didn't know where the rest of them were. I think he was lucky enough to get this kill on Nexa, honestly. Nexa just fully waiting for him after he took a fast step, which I think was just a misplay in and of itself. So this is a way back into the game here for G2. They'll take him where they can get him. Pistols being upgraded, but no armor being purchased here for Navi.
Still enough of a T side can be made here. G2, this is where the door is open. Don't let it slam shut with just this one AUG in play. But with the level we've seen from all of Navi's players, there's still a threat. blamef misses that first shot. He's calling for help because the grenades soar forward, and Nexa is going to waste no time. Runs rampant through the A site with the MAC-10 in hand. There's no control of CT spawn here for Navi. So a fifth round most certainly for the G2 esports side.
Yeah, with the A attacks, well, let's see if they can get anything more out of this, or if this round is definitely just a wash. We'll see. They're kind of out in the open, but no one from the T side is peeking. The A attacks are very nice. Like the way that G2 have evolved their game plan, it seems like it's resting on somewhat fine margins, but they're pulling it off over and over again. And I think right now it's like scary. The idea of playing any kind of A ramp setup or Palace at this point, well, they could push Palace. If they win there, then they know. If they don't, then they're in big danger.
Free MAC-10.
3 casualties, a MAC-10 and AK picked up.
Yep.
That's something nice.
Yeah, a decent little recovery there for Navi.
Yeah.
Little economic boost.
I think if I'm I don't know. I feel like if I'm Navi, I'm not playing in the site right now. I'm either taking the Palace push with an op or something to shut it down from that perspective. That's always going to be a good play if you get that kill early, the info early. Or I'm pushing B, but I'm probably not playing close A in that way because A ramp, it's like the way that they're attacking it is like just perfect.
Get a little variation with a player down to underpass. That is simple. And G2 with a heavier lean towards the B site in the round. More so than we've seen as of late. Amanek making sure nobody pushes underpass, and Simple has that option at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
Hunter's gonna go check it. We'll see if Simple watches the right direction. Flash goes downwards, and he's out of there.
They're focusing down more towards mid. Simple rotating around. He tried to get some info on mid, and Flamey posted up on his favorite angle here on Cat. They're very defaulted at the moment. I think Navi probably a little bit concerned. I don't know the way that they were set up for A. Yeah, they did just not play anybody in the site. Just waiting to see if that exec comes. But I wonder if G2 read into that properly. What do they make of it? Because right now there's a lot of attention on B from both sides. Look at blamef. He's even making his way over towards window.
We saw a lot of rounds at the start of the half kind of get iced out on this side. Let's see. Simple hits that first op shot, a man advantage with still 2 rifles to help him out. Simple's gonna take some damage here at the 30-second mark, and blamef gets niko, so now flamie just focuses forward and the bomb's been thrown down to the dirt. A world of hurt inside of the B site. kensy looking for that angle, back bench, and Perfecto, he's gonna have to put out the fire, but the heat here is for G2 because the time plays against them, but they did just get another kill. And damage even further versus blamef. Perfecto just hiding behind bench with 5 seconds left. He extends for the 2K at a 9th for Navi.
Read completely. It was a gamble. They actually didn't have any information. They didn't push A in any way. They weren't peeking mid. The only thing that we saw was that Simple did a kind of lap around the window and maybe had jumped out and came into connector and didn't see anything around mid. They weren't anticipating the A play, but it still could have been a really delayed Palace and /A ramp pop, but he was definitely 100% in Nex's head there. He overstacked the B site. They had 2 players there waiting. That was not the site that G2 wanted to go to, but yeah, hard to know exactly what the information was that made them have that decision. In this round, early attack on mid. They clamp down underneath connecto. Where's Perfecto? And now it looks like blamef has some support, at least on the A round. So that seems to make a little bit more sense, right? If the connector push comes in, they can like squeeze, like push the A ramp together, and then maybe go 1-for-1 versus niko or something. Then they keep Simple alive on the site. And he's in a better spot. Okay, they're coming around for it. So let's see how this plays out now with this like more prototypical A ramp setup. If it helps at all. Actually, where is flamie? Or sorry, where is electronic in sandwich?
Yeah, just hanging out in sandwich.
Okay.
We actually just had Simple leave the bomb site, kind of stutter stepping back in spawn, comes back, blamef right there. Contact shown, blamef goes down empty-handed. There's gonna be a big moment here for electronic. There has not been a player in sandwich. And now this round there is. To close out the half, flamie gets killed by Cat, and niko just cleared sandwich, so a 2-man advantage, 30 seconds. And Simple's looking for the angle, but he dies at the hands of kensy, a near team ace coming through for G2. And that is what they needed, a team-focused affair. G2 taking 5 of the last 6 rounds to give themselves a chance. Elimination on the line, and G2 to the CT side.
You're holding angles. Look at that. No, He's sandbags. Get him.
Who's making calls? Making calls in deathmatch?
Yeah, you're mad.
One guy's yellow. City. City.
Fucking lobby.
Lobby. Behind me. What? No, other. One guy's under me. Dead. Under.
Oh no.
Ramp.
I got spawner next
Simple
to
is
you.
under, guys. Simple is under. Don't pick him. Whoever's come city is dead. Dead, bro. No, you don't come here.
What the
Hello. This is my angle now.
Okay, you
I'm
just
scamming.
spawned in my face.
Alright, where you at?
I'm king of city, bro.
That's simple.
City king.
There he is. Got him.
Oh.
Okay, it's holding angles.
I told you he's camping, man.
Ooh.
How many kills the
Bro,
first?
stop hiding.
Yeah, I was hiding, dude.
Sandbags hiding.
Hey, I'm moving, man. I'm. No.
Someone's gonna spawn here. Pretty sure.
You're holding angles. Look at that. Oh my god.
Dead. Don't pick here.
Oh.
I warn you, bro. I warn you, bro. Don't pick. Don't. No, no bullets. Oh, I forgot the bullets are gone.
Oh, I'm out of bullets too. What the fuck?
Everyone's walking. Everyone's walking.
No,
I didn't need
no.
a single footstep.
I was easy, but you were not coming out of spawn, bro. Okay, Hippo's running. That's good. That's good.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Easy. I got some points, guys. And the king hill again.
Man, I
Yes.
see your favorite spot.
And king
He's
of
up
the
there. He's up there
city.
again.
Concentration line simple. Thought he was going to the king hill.
Running out of time, boys. 8 seconds.
Oh no.
No.
Oh. Some kills. Oh.
Oh.
For the sake of good Counter-Strike, I am happy that G2 gave us a little bit to talk about at the end of that first half, because who wants a blowout across 2 maps?
Pauly D.
And Navi. They would have
Navi.
loved to have
Yeah,
taken
they
it further, but 6 rounds is where G2 will begin this CT side.
They had to earn it, man. They definitely had to earn it at the end of the half. It was tactically, it was really cool what G2 did with the A attacks and how they evolved them and stuff. First, it definitely looked very, very despondent from G2. But now we move on to the second, and we got an almost empty B site. The rotators are coming in. A plant would be very dangerous if they allowed it.
There's like 8 smoke grenades, or rather utility pieces. There's decoys all over the place. CTs are going to have no clue where the terrorists are in the retake.
Yeah, this is already like a winning round for, you know, for Navi.
We'll see. Boomich. Ooh, that could have been an easy kill, but it's Hunter and oh! Brah, brah. Boomich hits him with the double burst, and we've got the 5v3 left to unfold. But we do have an answer. Kenny taps back, and it's simple scalp taken. Flamey answering as well. Nex has been able to exit from market with a player just behind him, but maybe this is it. 2 kills for Nexa, tapping for the 3rd, can't quite manage. 3 HP, not enough. And it's Navi to the double digits.
Yo, that was an action-packed round. Was that the burst fire came off?
Watch.
Did he switch to it? Oh,
Double
yeah.
whammy.
Sickness. He was too aware of it. I don't know if he saw the underpass. I don't think he heard anything, but they just had everyone alive so he could watch it. They're frustrated with that one. Malik can't even stare at his screen. He's got to walk away. That is maybe too much of a lead here. It's 4 rounds, and they potentially can have a clean anti-eco and be already to 11. G2 have to be very careful. There's odds for them here. You know, just because they have pistols doesn't mean they can't win.
For sure
Navi have been known to lose an eco here or there. And we've got Nexa playing pretty well. I mean, you know, they're not positive at the moment, but you know, the shots are being hit. It was more of a systematic failure with the game plan at first that has kept the kills down, but then they brought it back.
There's a little bit of deagle damage. Simple, though. He's got a deagle of his own. niko and Kenny S connecting those deags, but Flamey's back with the Mac 10. Hunter low health as Electronic gets the man advantage under wraps. G2 still have the possibility of a pinch with this connector player and the man in CT spawn. Kenny creating a bit of ambiguity around the smoke. And they stop for a moment.
Just failed to boost on the sandwich, but Nexa gets a kill. Okay, now it comes down to the 2v1. Kenny S goes to the high ground, looks for the flick, can't hit the deagle body shot. Bomb gets planted. Now he knows where both are, but one crosses into safety, and he's got one opponent sitting on default waiting for a timing to peek him.
Let's see, Kenny. Let's see it. 67 health and 51 on Flamey. Perfecto could lose his head just through the top of the box. Now Kenny S has been spotted. Flamey swings and dies. Oh, imagine. Perfecto trade frags as he extends off of the site. Navi lead by 5.
At least they played it well, right? At least when that peak happened, Perfecto swung with it. Like, it looks a little scary. If he had baited his teammate there, it was Perfecto and Flamey who both tried to play selflessly as soon as the other was in danger. So, very nice. Really made it demanding, at least, for Kenny S's aim as close as it appeared. You really had to just put together a really sick sequence to actually pull that off instead of 2 1v1. So nicely done from Navi in the closing moments. But yeah, the deeg shots were there, and they buy a couple more.
Try again. This time, though, less tools to work with. Zeus on the play in the hands of Amanek. Boomich is going to be kind of sat back for a little while as he goes down low. And after losing 4 players in that last one, Navi definitely looking to make the most of this round.
Yeah.
Got to start to cultivate the economy. Use those SMGs. Secure the stimulus.
Block the stimmy. Looks like they'll just kind of pendulum swing back around to the ramp. Confer with Flamey. Find out what he knows. And then hit the A site. 2 on B. No one's pushing. Niko back inside of the window. They're hoping for some kind of lurk play. Seems like the group explodes coming in. And Nexa, close A ramp. Will he get cleared? Only question.
Simple, yeah, hard checks him. The same way Niko got electronic out of sandwich, you know, Simple's going to minimize those sorts of mistakes, but Niko does find a deed kill in the meantime. And we saw some from Kenny S as well. He still stands, but it's Amanek dead by ticket, and both the remaining G2 players at about half health. Again, we talked about cultivating cash, keeping players alive here, and so far they've only lost one of the 2 MAC-10s. And that's all that's going to go down. Navi doubling the score of G2 and starting this T-side strong.
Very, very strong. Now, of course, it's not over. G2, I mean, they perform comebacks like this. We know that they're coming off playing pretty hot yesterday. They definitely are probably surprised, taken aback by how good Navi are playing right now, but I don't think that they should view this as lost by any means. Almanac's going to pick up the op. Kenny S will have one too, and it will be one of their final chances to put together a stronghold, and maybe one of the only opportunities they'll have to double up in this half. So let's see if they can make it count. Looking for just 7 at the moment as Navi approach mid. The space is given up. No one on cat, no one in ladder room, no one in ladder. Just Niko inside of the jungle, ready to take fights. But they have the 2 ops to make up for the fact that they're lacking a bit on information.
Pins being pulled. And Niko's met by more smoke. But so is Perfecto, as we start to watch Navi move over towards the B apps.
Okay, they're going for the cat split. And Almanek is sitting on the site back there with the op. He's going to be important to watch versus Cat.
Rough map, 4 and 15.
True.
But so is Hunter at 5 and 14.
Oof.
So these 2 players at the B site, now is their chance. If you're going to be able to keep up to the heat of Navi, now's the time to prove it. Double Molly, Hunter, he's going to get countered out, but Perfecto, not the best time to swap guns. Hunter's going to get killed from behind regardless. Almanek now into the combat, opping. Niko comes in to help, and that's good timing. But Electronic gets the better, and the offer goes down for free. Kenny's got the peak, and it's Navi with the man advantage, but not much time. 15 seconds to the clock.
Oh, Kenny gives it up.
He falls back, and that's going to give it over to Flamey. Instead, these CTs opt to come in from catwalk, and Kenny missed the jump the first time, but nails it on the second. They could boost. They could try to find an angle into the site. But is anyone going to give it to them? Perfecto's easily tucked in back by Van. You've got a guy close here in the arches, and there's no reason for Flamey to back up into the middle of the site. So nothing is given to G2, and this 13th round belongs to Navi.
Listen, it could be looked at as a failure between Almanek and Hunter on the site, but the flashbangs were perfect. The mollies were exactly where they were. They were low on the utility, needed to stop that from coming at them. And as they fell back into their positions, Navi were so good about not overextending, killing their other opponents first who were rotating in. Yes, Almanek sat there and delayed long enough, and then when he finally peeked out, he had no support behind him because everyone else was dead. And I'm so surprised to see Kenny S come off the bomb in that situation. Had definitely had the rights to sit there. The only thing he had to worry about was the market door. But at this moment, I think it was a very scary point in the round for Navi, and instead they go for the rotation around to Cat. If they got there early enough, maybe he could have taken the shot, but Electronic immediately goes and scoops that bomb up. They never even actually peak that position. So now they'll take 1 op into this round. And incidentally, smoke gets blocked in the window. Might scare Navi a little bit, but there's not majority here for the mid control. And in fact, boomich sees no one just yet. So we'll see how aware they are about the potential for an underpass push.
Off the
flash peek. Electronic goes right back, denies Nexa. That one's gonna have to sting. We could catch Perfecto being caught here. Amanek, oh,
damn,
nice little
control.
spray. Yep, sure enough, Amanek peeks into it. I was gonna check to see if that was one of the guns, and sure enough it is. Electronic controls it, brings it back. niko comes in to try and retrieve it, but that weapon's already long gone. And they could circumvent this forward play if they just commit to Palace. You can see everybody from Navi coming over. They'll leave blamef inside of middle and try to hit 4 players on A. But niko, he could screw this over. They've got grenades in hand right here, right now. But flamey just took his AK back out, and he just took niko down.
All the protocols are super sharp right now for Navi. Right back into the driver's seat. Not missing anything, not getting timing whatsoever, and they're avoiding the op, who now will come into play too late here on Cat. He'll get at least 1 kill, but that's all the information. Simple will need to put his cape on, jump out onto the site, plant the bomb, and play the post plant. No odds at all here for G2. They'll have to try again in the 14th with this recycled AWP, which is lacking effectiveness. There's lacking efficacy in these rounds. There's not been many attempts on the op shots, even when the op is there. It's not having open lines. It's not like missed flicks are coming in. The executions are actually really fantastic from Navi. It's making you question whether or not you should have that op or if it's actually holding you back, which is only a credit to the attacking team.
God, what an intimidating situation. G2 down by 8 rounds. Not a single CT round win yet from G2. Perfecto. This was a nice little spray. Got Amanek peeking into it.
It's so hard. Like, you could spray on a target and you can see their body and it's easy, but if no one's there, you have to visualize the person and then your spray is like a lot harder.
Visualize your enemy. Average ADR. Look at that from Navi.
Dude,
4 players above 85.
They're all playing so well. Like,
Yep. And those are the kinds of days where Navi look unstoppable. But we do have G2 back with a bye. They've got the double op yet again between Kenny and Amanek. 3 CTs here on the A site, and Navi loom near. We saw this utility execute get interrupted by niko. This time, they're gonna go ahead and run it. Utility comes soaring forward. Flamey's on the front run. 3 teammates over towards ramp. niko's got that first headshot, wide swing denied. niko with the double. Simple's waiting for some kind of a response, but everybody's dying around him. Simple and Perfecto in the 2v5. It looks like G2 have done it. They put enough bodies on the bomb site, and they survive with 5 alive. That's huge. It's half of the round count of Navi. Still a huge hill to climb, but a chance nonetheless.
Yeah, for Navi, you know, they could try anything they want now. Like, this is the point where they've got such a big lead. They can really, you know, try that A hit. They can try that B rush if they wanted to. They've talked about it in scrims for so long. They could try that mid take to a fast connector split. Anything really. As they set this up, they've given themselves such leeway. They can play with comfort and come back to rounds later on that they know will work a lot better. So there's still bigger problems for G2 ahead, but it's at least a good sign that they're shutting down some of this early stuff. But already in the default, Simple puts together a kill on Nexa, pushing into the A ramp by himself. That is a keyboard slamming moment. You're going to be so mad at yourself in a situation like this. You take a risk, 7 to 14 down, 5 to 4 down in this round. And where is the opportunity to get a kill back? Well, it looks like blamef. He might overextend here on Cat.
Amanek needs this. He needs this kill, and he gets the damage instead. Now, blamef is going to fall back, but Hunter, he can still solo hold all of this apartments. It would need to be big, and instead he goes down. Amanek comes in, finishes blamef. That does still leave us in a 3v3.
Damn, that's a risk. Goes for the cat plant when he knows he was just spotted. Kenny has in a retake position. 3-on-3 retake. It's very scary. We can see AI prediction, 25% for the CTs, and for good reason. Simple, long direct line onto Cat.
With the boost onto the boxes, he's going to have to hit a slick flick, and of course he does! He always does! Double op setup getting shut down! Kenny's got nothing in this round. Navi with a 15th secured.
Yeah, the brink of elimination here for G2. Everything on the line. They have to dig deep for these rounds, but it doesn't look like they have enough. Not with the Navi that we're seeing today. It is such an unlikely situation now. a great shot. I mean, something we expect from Simple, maybe not even necessary considering the context, you know, of this retake with the 2 players on Cat. As long as he doesn't die, staying alive, being able to spot that, they could still deny the other player and mark it. It's just a really tough situation for the CTs. The sight hold was not good enough.
It's a buy-in for G2 at the least. I mean, we've got to talk silver linings at this point. Down a map, facing elimination, 8 match points. And a horrifying machine. NAVI are firing on all cylinders. Turbo boost engaged. Flames at their feet as they speed run G2. But it's not over just yet.
Well,
They've got the weapons, Launders. They've got the tools they need, and kennyS with a line of sight over ticket.
Well, they've got the outpost secured here inside of the connector, trying to play around. It's actually to go off on cat split. kennyS finds a timing shot. Now, it doesn't slow down the hit necessarily. Electronic starts to come in, but niko too aware of it. Plays that angle like a harp, and now Flamey will try to trade onto the B site, but there's still 2 alive here, and now it just tumbles down.
A second CT round here for G2. Crazy that of all the rounds they've lost, the 2 they've won, as they're about to, have been with 5 players alive.
Yeah, which is cool. You know, that's definitely a split that almost came to fruition, and I didn't really get to see, but there wasn't vision for kennyS, right?
No, he could have maybe seen someone had he been to the left of triple, but then once he peeked to the right, all he had was that random smoke shot.
Just the timing.
Perfectly timed.
And it's the kill plus the information and the awareness from niko to win his duel on electronic. Everything works out so well. In terms of money, it looks like next round they'll be okay. Probably want to keep Perfecto alive. Might be necessary actually, but G2, they're not doing too hot themselves, so they're gonna chill back. Maybe they could afford to hunt with at least 1 person. We'll see the smoke goes down, and Kenny just waits. Okay, it's literally just the internal clock in his head. Like, all right, this is maybe when someone would peek this. He's been in the position a million times. There was actually a beautiful post in the subreddit with yuurih about his rotation around and when he
in market.
Yeah, versus Tarek, and he turned to watch, and like that's what Counter-Strike is all about. And that's talked about sometimes with timings and how like they look like this magic thing, but we all have these clocks going because of how many hours we have on these maps and all these different situations that have played over so many times. But another opening kill for Simple, and look, this is a round where they don't have much to work with. boomich,
he just ignores
the
it.
defense, walk right under the scope, and oh my god, there's only 2 players alive from G2. This could be the last round of the tournament for them.
Amanek and Nexa, they're gonna have to go massive. They are pinched from all directions. Amanek's looking for an angle. He's got to keep his head on a swivel. Now the bomb's not in the possession of NAVI, but none of the kills belong to G2, and they've already got a player crossed over to the bench. Amanek so tunnel visioned. Nexa, all that's left over, and if he can't get the 1v5, then that's it. This is G2. Shattered, splattered, smashed, and smothered by what is a horrifying form from NAVI. An absolute masterclass across train, an unknown quantity somewhat in 2021. And then they follow suit, bring it into Mirage, and send G2 packing.
I got completely smoked, you know, regardless